got a cookie recipe for you and for you. And this is my take or interpretation on a cookie that my sister made for me.
Yep.
Alexandra made this for me really soon after we got out of MasterChef. And you know how you're sort of just flat and drained and you don't want to cook and nothing else? She brought me these cookies and it was the best ever.
Well, I can see chocolate.
You can see chocolate, a small amount, and then we're going to drizzle them with chocolate as well. So a little bit extra.
Heaven.
But these are, it's a paleo cookie, but it's also full of antioxidants. I'll talk you through the different spices as we go. We've got some almond meal going in there, some coconut flour. So the coconut flour helps to make them chewy.
Yes.
So whilst we're taking out sort of the gluten and a few other things that can make cookies chewy and gooey and fudgy on the inside, we're recreating that with other things. So these are very spicy.
Yum. Yum.
So we've got some cloves, some ginger.
Gorgeous.
We've got some turmeric.
This is surprising. This is very surprising. I was looking over and I was like, I'm sure that's not turmeric. It's turmeric.
I like to surprise you. So turmeric, so this is one of our first antioxidant ingredients, along with the ginger, sorry, our second.
Yep.
So we've sort of, these are really good for you cookies that you feel good about eating.
Also anti-inflammatory.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yep.
So we've got some cinnamon, also awakens up the gut, works together with all of these other things. Some cardamom.
Oh, I love the smell of cardamom. I love it so much.
Aren't these all just happy flavors? Who favors?
Yes.
Can I get you to get me all of the vanilla out of there, please?
Perfect, yes.
I'm going to reach across, you can get a pinch of salt. So the salt is actually going to help to brighten up those spices. Xanthan gum. This is a gluten-free recipe, so they could tend to fall apart. The xanthan gum will help us keep them all together.
Do you want that straight in?
Straight in.
Perfect. Yum.
And in terms of activating the curcumin in the turmeric, could you please add some black pepper?
Oh.
So a few grinds of black pepper. This is a nice fine grind, so it's not going to have really big flecks. So we're also going to put some eggs in. So I might get you to crack each of the eggs in a small bowl first. We've got all of those spices, all of those sort of, there could be savory notes.
Definitely.
So we're going to add some honey. You could add rice malt syrup if you didn't want to use honey.
Of course. 3 eggs. Done and dusted.
3 eggs. Not typical for a cookie recipe, but very necessary in getting a nice crisp outside, a nice bind, and increases your good fats. So then we've got some melted butter.
Butter makes everything better.
And because it's melted, we're actually going to cool these cookies once we've brought them all together, so that they're easier to roll and they hold their shape once we bake them.
Oh, I can't wait to eat the dough. And it's smelling beautiful. I'm getting little whiffs of the cinnamon. I'm getting a little bit of the vanilla.
And if you really loved ginger, you could add more ginger.
Yeah.
If you really loved cinnamon, you can add more cinnamon. So you can really make these your own by adding or taking away more or less of any one particular spice that you really love.
Could you add like raisins or dates or things in there as well if you want to change it up a little?
You could. You could. Pretty versatile recipe.
Yep.
We're going to put those chocolate chips in. And we're going to add a little bit more chocolate at the end. So I am using a gluten-free, sugar-free chocolate. So we have added some honey in there, but you could use another sweetener if you wanted to. The chocolate is sweetened with stevia.
Yep.
I'm happy with that, so I'm going to put that in the fridge for probably about 20 minutes, or you could do it up to 2 hours if you needed to. And then we'll come back, roll them out. So our cookie dough has had about half an hour in the fridge, so we're going to turn it out. And I know it seems counterintuitive, but we're going to use the warmth of our hands to roll these into balls, and then we're going to flatten them.
That looks so yum.
Flatten them out. This should make 6 of those meal-sized cookies. If you really want to be precise, you can certainly weigh it out, but we'll do our best by sight.
You can really smell like the turmeric.
Yes.
The turmeric is really strong. I love it.
So you can always add more turmeric if you need some more curcumin in your diet. They don't spread too much, these cookies, so however you want them to look at the end, put them down on the tray that way. So there's our last cookie.
Thank you.
So we've got a little bit of inconsistency on the tray here. So you'd be definitely giving the larger serve to probably the person who needs the most energy in the family. In this case, it maybe can't. So we'll pop those straight into the oven, 170, for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Now, it's not going to go as brown as cookies would normally go. They're not going to spread either, so you might notice that these are quite close together. This dough doesn't spread too fast, so this is perfect.
You haven't lined it.
I haven't lined it. We've got this beautiful sort of little hexagonal, almost honeycomb base, and it's got enough space in and between there, so it's not going to stick.
Perfect.
So we've taken our cookies out of the oven. I've put them onto this cooling rack, but I've put them back over the tray. Now that they're cooled.
I've been eyeing that off. I get the excess,
You
don't I?
didn't stick your fingers in, did you?
No, I didn't. I'm waiting.
So as much or as little as you like. As much rather than as little.
Oh.
So you can see that the shallow cookies, or the ones that didn't have quite as much depth, they've browned a lot faster. So depending on how you like your cookie, if you really sort of want it dried out and crispy, do them all that kind of height. But these ones that have got a little bit more depth, a little bit more chewy, so just making them a little bit more pretty. If they cool a little bit longer, you could put them back into the fridge if you wanted to. If you're serving them for afternoon tea or something like that, you can certainly put them on a plate.
They look beautiful.
And that one is mine. There's my spicy Choc paleo, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory cookies. Give them a go.